Yeah, hi guys. I just wanted to do a video on the remote tuning device, its functionality and how you use it once you actually get your hands on it, both for diagnostics, logging, and clearing codes if they come up, and also for swapping out tunes. So it's actually a really good timing because I wanted to do this video, and I took the car for a drive, and it's thrown an engine light, which is to be expected with these high flow cats, particularly when you're getting a tune from the States. So with all the EPA laws that are going on over there, these tuners have committed to the EPA over there not to turn off any emissions controls. So when you're running high flow cats, there's obviously a differentiation between the O2 sensors before and after the cats, and that's what the reading is. And when the emissions controls aren't turned off, which I don't do anymore, you do occasionally get a engine light, which is emissions control. So I'll run you through how to actually use the RTD flasher software for clearing codes. Yeah, I might also even flash it with a different tune. So when I received my tunes from Lund, I received, here they are, logs and tunes. I don't know how you're gonna be able to see this, how well it's gonna come up. Tunes. So these are all the tunes I received. So here's my stock file, which I sent back to them. This is the original petrol tune which they sent me. A flex fuel tune for transitioning between E85 and petrol. An E85R tune, which is currently in the car. It's a full-blown E85 tune with normal idle. They also sent me an E85R tune with a cammed idle, known as a ghost cam tune. They muck around with the cam phasing, and it essentially mimics like a sound of an LS, that chopping sound. So I might load that in, actually, give you guys a hear of that. And I've also got an E85R drag tune, which I haven't used. Now, this essentially is the same as the E85 tune, but it all shifts up, it firms up the transmission. So if anyone's ever driven a 10-speed 18 plus GT with the drive modes, the drag mode doesn't cut torque between shifts, and it makes all the shifting really hard between first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the gears. So that's a dedicated drag tune. So that will keep that mode all the time. Doesn't matter what driving mode you put in the car. Not really interested in using that. If I want to use drag mode, I'll just put it in drag mode. Anyway, so what I will do first, I want to actually read the error on the compute on the light. The engine lights come up, which I use that little lightning bolt VCM scanner. So I'll show you how I actually do this. So here's the RTD device. I plug it into the computer of the car, like that. And I turn the car on, like this. Just press the button, just to wake it up. Now the engine light is the light to the left of the P. Now that doesn't go off when I start the car. So what I do is I need to connect the vehicle. So I go connect to vehicle. Now, once it's connected, there's a couple of things you can do here. So I can look at the DCTs, data and diagnostics and info, or I can start logging, start scan. This is how you actually log and send your information back to Lund Racing. So you click record there, you start the car, or you can do it while the car's running. And then for a period of time, it will start to log all these parameters on the left here. They continue. There's all sorts here. Timing, spark, fuel source, all these kind of things. So look, these are all the parameters which Lund review once you send them the logs, and it graphs it, shows you all your speed and all that. We're not going to do that right now. I might do another video on logging a later time, but what I want to do is I want to check the engine light. What is it? I know what it is, but I'm going to check it. I go down to read DCTs. Now, there they are. So this is the second time this has happened to me since I've had the car tuned. I did this. I searched what those P0420 codes are, and each code is for each cylinder bank. Now there's two cats, one on each bank, and there's two sets of O2 sensors on each bank. So this is saying catalyst system efficiency below the threshold. There's a threshold which the computer is demanding. Now, this is identifying that the differentiation between the O2 sensor before the cat and the O2 sensor beyond the cat is greater than what it needs to be, or isn't in that range. So now, when this happened the first time, I contacted Lund. I said, look, I've got this. I sort of expected it with the high flow cats in the E85. Now I expected it particularly because I know with what's going on in the US at the moment with the EPA regulations, a lot of changes to the EPA laws, and tuning house in the US legally, they haven't been able to in the past, but they're being clamped down now. They're not turning off emissions thresholds within the computers and the tunes they're sending. So before the EPA would have clamped down on them a year ago, they probably would have sent the tunes out with these thresholds being quite with a larger spectrum, so you wouldn't actually get the engine lights, but they're not legally doing that anymore. So it is expected to get a few of these every now and then. I've been in touch with Lund. Our main concerns are, number one, when I get this, does it affect the fueling of the tune? Will it affect? The answer is no. And number two, will it cause any damage? The answer is certainly no. So the only thing I can do is when these come up to clear them. So it's quite a simple process. So now I've actually done this, I've determined what they are. All I need to do is go to clear DTCs. And once I clear the DTC, the engine light, when I start the car next, will disappear. So let me do that. Let me start the car. Yep, so I've started the car, and as you can see, the engine light's gone. I'll turn the car because I don't need it on. And my son's sleeping with my wife. Okay, so there you go. That is the process for clearing the DTCs using the VCM scanner. Now, I'm not too fussed about that issue at all. It's quite easy to do. And because I understand the problem, I'm happy with that. The next thing I want to do is I want to show you guys how to load a tune up. So what I want to do is I want to load the cam tune into the car, the ghost cam tune. So I'll show you how that's done. Firstly, I need to make sure I've got an internet connection. So I do, because my computer will try to connect to the HP tuner servers, which will authenticate and verify that this device is allocated to this vehicle, this VIN number. So it won't. I need to have an internet connection to do that, to ensure that before it works. So what I do is I need to plug this into the car again. I plug it into my laptop, like I've done. I open the RTD tuning device software. Okay. What you do first is you go File. I want to open the tune into the interface. That's the first thing you do. That's how you load the file in. First thing you have to do. So here they are. Here's my tunes. So currently it's got the E85R tune in it. I want the cam tune to be loaded in. Now, if I was going to put 98 in the car and the tank was dead empty, I'd probably fill it up with the E85 and probably flash the flex tune in it. Let it idle for about 20 minutes, give it a few revs, and then I'll just flash the E85 tune back. But I'm not doing that today. So I'm going to select the cam tune. Now, what that will do is it'll load that into the interface. So the next step is to click Right Vehicle up here, the red one. There's the VIN number of the vehicle, confirms this is the right car, right entire, and then I want to click Right, and then quickly turn the car on. There you go. Now it's flashing the tune into the car. That's the cam tune. It's erasing the old tune out of the car. Good thing with this software, with this package, your RTD device, just your interface to link your laptop to your computer in the car, and everything's done off your laptop. And now it's writing. So that's about 3 minutes. I'm just going to join it. I'm join back when that's done, and I'll show the process to finishing off the tune. Okay, so we're down to 0 now. Okay, now prompts you to turn off the ignition, wait 3 seconds, and turn it on, and click OK. So I just turn it on, turn it off. Turn it on. And now click OK. Right, complete. That's it. It's done. Close that. And now I'll start the vehicle and you'll hear the cam tune. Let me just put this down for a sec, guys. Now it sometimes takes about 30 or 40 seconds for the cam tune to kick in. We put it on the loudest exhaust mode. Simple, isn't it? It's not a bad system. You can manage yourself. Starting to cam a little bit now. Away. Now, the tune itself is identical. The 85 tune's identical. All that's changed is the idle cam tuning, the phasing of the cams at idle. The car performs exactly the same as it does on the normal E85 tune. Yeah, so I hope that was insightful to you guys. It's a pretty basic process. Look, you know, if you've got one of these things and you want a pretty straightforward approach to tuning it, it's a good setup. You know, it doesn't need dyno time. You're not thrashing the car on the dyno or anything like that. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, guys. Until the next video. So I hope you enjoyed. Any questions or likes, throw them, you know, give me a like, or if you feel like subscribing to the channel. I'm going to try to get some more information, like more content, like I said. So yeah, throw me a like, subscribe if you're interested, and we'll see if there's any more information, any more videos that you guys find useful. Thanks, guys.